You too. You too. Got a little Migos popping it there. The album was pretty smooth. But listen, man, I can't wait till I get a cut this week. It's been like 2 months growing this mug out. We're about to be set. So getting the work week started, man. Getting it going. Hopefully everybody got good energy. If you don't, try to find ways to be able to get into your best self. I'm not really the biggest morning person, but I can be from time to time. But find your energy and figure out what makes you happy. Do some of those things throughout the day and just get to being your best self. But I want to bring y'all a video on talking about fasting, but then talking about some of the down pits or some of the, how should I say it? Kind of when you experience withdrawals, right? So I'm glad that I went through this little phase over the weekend so I can explain to y'all the real effects of when you go through this, right? Because I don't think people really explain it a lot of the times, especially on diets or whenever you're fasting, anything like that. People don't keep it real. So even for myself, I've dieted multiple times throughout over the years. And I've had different struggles, right? So I've had times where I've lost a ton of weight, then I would gain it back. Then I have times where I go through a phase, there may be something going on, I may be stressed for a period of time. There may be like a time where I have like anxiety or some type of depression going on, like a depressed type of time. I know some people are clinically diagnosed with that, so definitely want to be careful what I say there. But there's going to be periods of time to where you're in a funk as well, right? And so, like for instance, over the weekend, I got done with the fasting. Y'all seen the video a few days ago. And then I did good the day after. Actually, once I ended the fasting, I did pretty smooth. Was doing, well as far as with my eating. Then the next few days, I just went ballistic. So kind of went back to some of my old eating habits. And so for me, it's just mentally saying, you know what? There can be times where you go back to it a little bit just to get it out of your head and just to get it out of your system. But then you got to get back on track. So for instance, I'll run through y'all what I ate. So the day that I finished fasting the other day, I went to Culver's and got two double burgers, didn't eat the bun with it. So I had those and I had like some Jimmy John's chips, okay? So that was it. So then the next day comes and I'm like, you know what? I'm getting up early. Let me kind of just get some breakfast. So then I went to Starbucks. I had 2 orders of the egg bites. Then I had a sausage, egg, and cheese sandwich. Plus I got biscuit and gravy. I'm like, man, this is, let me just go ahead and get out of my system. I'll be good. Let me just eat this. I'll be straight. So then I'm just letting, my mind take over. The carbs is taking over. So then later that day, I think I had some cookies from Subway as well too. I'm a cookie monster. So this is the fasting and everything is getting me into a better position. So I had probably like 4 or 5 cookies from Subway. Then later that day, I had like a small personal pizza and some cheese bread from Pizza Hut. Okay, cool. So the next day comes. So then I had a repeat. I run back about the same thing from Starbucks, and then I added some cake pops. Okay. Then later that day, I have 2 double cheeseburgers, and then I get some cookies from McDonald's. Then I get a rally fry, plus I have another pizza with cheese sticks. Then the next day, which was Sunday, which was yesterday, what did I have? I had 6 cookies from Subway. Then I had a Jimmy John's sandwich. I usually get the number 2 with some roast beef with lettuce. I don't get the tomatoes and all the other stuff, but got mayo on it. Then I got 2 bags of chips. Okay, let's see. Did I get anything else as well? No, I think that was it for today. So, as you can tell, that's a lot of food. Most people probably wouldn't eat like that, but for me, I can tolerate it, but it's still a lot of food. So, with all that, that made me be bloated as hell. So I'm just like, man, that's way too much food. But sometimes what I'm saying is you go through those phases to where it be like a withdrawal or to where you may be stressed. I wouldn't even stress. It was just to where, I had a few things going on and I'm just like, you know what, I'll be good. I worked out. Let me just have this little time and then I get back to it. But you can't let those things slip up because you see we start losing a little bit of progress. So for me, I had got down to like 239 a couple weeks ago. Then went back up to 241. I think today I was like around 245, 247, somewhere in between there, because it kept fluctuating. So the thing is, what you'll see is that you'll start adding back on gas, adding back on water weight to your body, and you have to be able to monitor that. So again, the reason why I'm making this video is to show you that you have to put yourself in positions to where mentally you're staying super focused, because what's going to happen is if you have slip ups like that, and then I hadn't actually been to the gym since I ended the last fast. So also when you're kicking off your cycle like that, you're not going to the gym, burning those calories, and you're kind of laying around and stuff all day, you're going to be losing that progress and you have to catch back up. So my goal this week is to, I'm thinking about to get some breakfast, might get some biscuit and gravy, make some eggs from home, and then I'm planning to fast until Friday morning. So work week, getting the work done, trying to do the snake diet while I do my work, and just to stay focused, because the thing is when you're working as well too, excuse me, all you're going to think about is, man, I need food to get through. But the snake diet is going to keep you going, because all you really need is energy. So when you're doing any type of diet, the main thing is for you not to think about food. And for me, I'm a big person on food. Like, I love to cook too. Even when I cook, I made things a lot more healthier in the way that I do, like olive oils and all that type of stuff. I don't really use a whole lot of butter, but the thing is just to mentally say, I don't need all this food. And so I think that's why places like New York City's, some of those places where you don't really need cars are good, because you're pretty much walking everywhere. So you're always in that mode of movement. And so that's why when we were younger, your metabolism is so high, people are burning so much weight, because you're always moving as a kid. You're always playing sports. You're always going to different events. Parents are dropping you off. You're playing with your friends, going outside. So again, just making this video for anyone that may have those struggles, or, you may be in between a diet and you're like, man, I done slipped up, but you can get back on track. And so I think with the diet as well too, it's just you saying like, man, how do I feel? Because I've been in phases like this before, and then I'll keep it going because I'm like, okay, I'll get back to it. But you just got to find ways to get yourself back in it. It may be a song that come on, you get into your jam, boom, that's it. Like if it's you saying, man, I don't feel like working out, like I always find some type of, it's not like an excuse, but I find something weird that just gets me going. Like, shoot, it may be, somebody may give me some good news, or I may see a stock that's like, oh, okay, it's moving up, cool. I can work out. Like, I just find little small things to get my energy going. May get a text back from a crush or something like that. Like, get to the gym. Like anytime I can get like that dopamine effect to where it gets me like excited in some way, I try to use that energy for something productive or to get to the gym at the times that I'm not feeling like it. Because the days that you don't, you've really got to find those little small kinks that really push you forward, that helps you just to get going. By the way, got my Living in My Greatness shirts. Head over to For Life Inc. Check us out. If you need one, cop it. But yeah, just wanted, again, to be realistic with y'all and be honest. Especially when it comes to diets. There's a lot of diets out here, but they're not being real with people about the process. Also with a lot of the other diets too, if you're not working out constantly, like a lot throughout the day, you're not going to be able to lose that weight. Because especially if you're eating a lot, you're just constantly burning calories. Like if you're doing like keto diets, those are good as well too. But the thing is, you also still have to watch your your calorie intake, because it's not going to be really carbs on that. And also like your saturated fats as well too. So one thing I've noticed is, doing kind of like low carb diets, is that if you have a lot of fat in your body and you're eating a lot of meats that have fat in them, all you're doing is adding fat to fat. So you just got to figure out ways to really cut, to really cut down your calorie deficit. So I just want to make that video, again, being transparent with y'all. If you have any questions, anybody that be struggling, put it in the comments below. I know how it is. So I just feel like it's just dope to be real with people and just to tell them what you're going through. Like I said, sometimes you can put in hard work and then you're like, man, you know what? Let me just kind of just lay back a little bit. But then sometimes that lay back, while it can be good, you can go a little bit too far with it and you start to decrease the amount of progress that you've had. But it ain't nothing to get back on track as long as you do it. Ain't nothing to it but to do it, get it going, get it flowing. It's your boy Mark, I'm out.